It's Dr. Marissa of Sports Performance Physical Therapy, and what I'm giving you today are a couple of tips to be able to reduce low back strain when you're deadlifting. So just some technique. Modifications that you can use. What we're going to do is we're going to start from the top of the lift because we're going to work on the finish of the lift, because a lot of the times we'll see people overarching the back at the top of the lift to finish, and that puts a lot of stress through the low back, and some people are pretty sensitive to that position right there. So what we can do is pick up our barbell, and to work on the finished position of our lift, what we're going to do is just work from the top of the knee with a nice flat back, and you should be able to feel a lot of this in your hamstrings, right? If you're feeling this through the low back, you might be pulling with those muscles a little bit too much, and that might be uncomfortable for some people. So to get to the top, instead of thinking about pulling the bar up, which would put me in a position kind of like this, top of my deadlift, I want to think a little bit more about pushing my feet through the ground, pushing the ground away from me, and pushing my hips toward the bar. What that'll do is it'll force me to engage glutes a little bit more and end up in a more neutral position at the top, which can be more comfortable for some people. Okay? So that's our first way to reduce the strain through the low back, is to focus on pushing the ground away from you and not hyperextending at the top of your deadlift or doing that shrug to finish your lift. We're going to do something kind of similar in the bottom of our deadlift. So when we are down here, we really want to try to feel some tension again through the hamstrings and the glutes instead of through the back, where this position, which looks a little bit overly arched, would be. So when you're down at the bottom of your deadlift, it helps some people to be able to push their knees back, which helps to tension the hamstrings a little bit. And once you have the tension through the hamstrings, you can then start to push the ground away from you and then push the hips forward again. Try those techniques and those cues out the next time you deadlift and see if you're able to better get glute and hammies in your deadlift instead of a bunch of low back.